Okay. Well, it turns out that there's at least 3, maybe even, no, I want to say 3 that can lay claim to those 3. Okay. And then the number one guess, the people were guessing, was Steve Wozniak.
Oh,
and
we wish. I mean, someday maybe.
We're a small town operation here. Now, I did actually request to get Steve Wozniak, and he's a busy guy. So I got a polite decline from his people.
But the person we did get, it was nice because he's not somebody you get to hear from as often. You don't know his story.
That's true. We get where's the book there?
Which book?
That audio book right there.
Oh.
See,
this
more
one
find
that
out from
James loaned me about a year ago.
I loaned this to John about a year ago, and we were going to do an episode where we review this thing, and he is still yet to listen to it. So
I started today, I swear.
But anyway, no, so it's not Steve Wozniak. The other guess, who's the other guess? Oh, Bill Fernandez was another guess, which is another good guess. And he actually fits those 3 because he was one of the first people they hired. Actually, he was the first full-time employee that they hired. But it's not Bill. So the number one, when we're talking about depending on how you count, he's number 1, was actually the first part-time employee. Okay, this artist signed his work, so like Bill Fernandez and Wozniak, you can find his signature in the classic Mac cases. And a member of the original garage, or the Apple garage band, of course I'm referring to the Jobs family garage.
Yes, which we found out actually started in the living room and then moved into the garage.
Moved into the garage. And so the third person that all those answers, all those clues apply to is Daniel Kottke. And so we have Daniel Kottke coming up on an interview. Won't be part of this video one if you're watching us on the video. It's going to be appended somewhere in the middle, someplace in the audio version. And of course, since these are enhanced podcasts, if you watch the video, go back to the audio, you can just kind of fast forward to that segment of the audio podcast. So we thank Daniel Kottke for joining us.
Thank you. That was we could have talked to him for hours. I mean,
sure.
It was well, you'll find out.
You'll find out. Okay, good. Okay, let's see. Coming up on the show, we're going to do eBay finds as always. We're going to cover some news, and we're going to show the tour of the MacCave, and then we're going to wind up with some, we'll reflect on the past year and 100 episodes.
This is Derek from Mac Folklore Radio. You're listening to the Retro Maccast with James and John.
All right, let's look at our eBay finds of the week. On episode 99, we had 3 eBay finds. There was the Mac OS 8.5 t-shirt. Got to buy it now at $6.88. Very reasonable for a t-shirt, and somebody did buy it now at $6.88. So very good. There was a new, never used, in the box, Ultramint Apple IIc starting bid of $1,499, and no one bid. And I'm looking here, it doesn't look like it got relisted. So maybe we'll see a future relisting of this. And then lastly, this was kind of surprising. Actually, no, it isn't surprising. There was the quilt. There was a quilt we did a few weeks back, on 98, that went for $200 or $300, whatever. There was another quilt in that same vein. A fewer t-shirts in the quilt, and some newer ones. That one went after 10 bids for $78.50.
Oh.
Okay, 3 more auctions this week. We've talked about, I think it was a Mac of the week. It's not a Mac, but I think we covered it on an episode. And this was the Bell Howell Apple II.
That's the one, the black case.
Yeah, Darth Vader, they kind of call
Darth Vader, yeah.
And it was made, it was a special model that they put in some kind of AV interface stuff on it, and they were able to package it in a way and sell it through school channels, and it kind of gave them another avenue to sell computers to schools through Bell & Howell. Well, this one is a very nice one.
Very, yes.
And it comes in the original box, pristine condition. It says it has a low serial number. Who knows how many they made, but it just looks great all the way around. It does power up, and it is currently at $280 after 14 bids. So we're getting a lot of activity on this. It still has a little over a day to go. This will end on January 4th. What else can we say about it? I don't know. There's some great pictures there.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have one of these, but mine is a little abused. It's not really as nice as this.
Well, as you were saying, a lot of these were in schools, so
Yeah,
you can
and
imagine
so-
a lot of them probably
Right.
took some abuse.
It probably fell off an AV cart or two, being raced down the hallways. But there you go. So, what else we got?
All right, our next item is something we certainly have talked about before, possibly even had auctions before. It's the Apple Computer logo belt buckle. This is a nice round, kind of coppery, brass-ish,
It's brass.
sort of
Yeah,
brass.
it's
Okay,
brass.
brass belt buckle.
I'm wearing mine. I'd show it to you,
but
but that
yeah,
might get embarrassing.
that's right. It currently has a bid of $91. It's had 7 bids so far. This ends in 4 days, 15 hours, ending January 7th. And they're pretty cool. I mean, nothing like showing off your Apple-ness
Right.
via a snazzy belt buckle.
Now, from the picture of this, it looks like it could
looks
use a little
Brasso,
TLC.
perhaps, or something.
Yeah, I think that
It's
would
got a
clean
little
it up.
tarnish.
But these are pretty rare.
Yeah.
And for a while I was snapping these up on eBay whenever I saw one, but they've reached such a price now where
Yeah,
you can no longer collect them by the dozen. I mean, it's already $91.
$91 still has 4 days left. So
All right, after how
this
many
is
bids?
gonna go for.
Yeah, 7 bids. So
But
this
it
one
is
might go pretty-
circa
pretty
1978.
high.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, and the last item. This was a curious one. Somebody over in Thailand is making these little bags. Would you call it a purse? It's a smaller than that, but it's a bag in which they've screened on an old photo of Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak working on what is probably the Apple One. Yeah, it looks like that's the Apple One there, and kind of a makeshift case there.
It looks like a MacBook might fit in this.
You think so? What are the dimensions?
12. Oh, that's centimeters. Never mind.
Centimeters. We don't know what centimeters are. So yeah, I think it's a little handbag. So on one side it has the picture, which is a wonderful picture dated April 1st, 1976, and then the other side it has the caption, which reads Steve Jobs with Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak on the day that they something the company, I can't read it, something. Anyway, it's hard because the picture is small, but it's got a little description there of the photo. What's that third picture? Just the inside. Oh, I guess it would hold a mouse and a power adapter.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it gives you about this general size.
Yeah.
Very interesting and very unique.
Very cool picture.
You can have one to buy it now of $20. In fact, I should probably buy one of these. I think my wife would want one of these. There are still 3 available, and this will expire on January 8th.
Hi, this is Earl from the Retrobits Podcast. Congratulations to James and John on 100 episodes of the Retro MacCast. Way to go, guys. Thanks for the awesome podcast, and chat with you soon.